All right, and we're back. Today's video, hopefully I have the camera on the hat angle correct. We're going to be swapping the throttle body back out on my son's car. I don't think I did a video before, so I may as well just bang one out now real quick. This is a bored out throttle body. He's trying to get a little more power out of it, but they did a pretty poor job of boring it. So I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he's going to go after him for a refund because they screwed up a brand new throttle body. No two ways about it. I could see that it was bored oval instead of round. So the throttle plate closes off all the way. It's ovaled top and bottom. So it's not closing properly. So he's been running it for the past month trying to tune it and not working. So first thing I got to do, I got to disconnect his cold air intake here. Car actually has a little bit extra power the way he's got it set up now. It's got a stainless header on it, so actually does pretty good for what it is. All right, so next order of business, we got to pop this clip. Okay, that comes out. I always put those up here so I don't lose them, and then we got to unplug it. Next order of business, I already did this clamp. I have the robo grips. They work pretty well for undoing it. So what I want to do is, I may not have to pull it. If I can get this to swing out of the way, I may be able to just leave that connected. That's why I didn't pull the tube off yet. So this is what I want to do with it. If I can get this to twist back off, it gives me room to get the throttle body off. There we go. That way I don't have to take it. Last time I did it, when I put that one on, I took everything apart. So that works well. It doesn't have to be done. Okay, next order of business, 4 10mm bolts. So we'll get those out next. Again, I'm hoping that the angle is correct. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. This is a relatively simple job. If you ever have to do it yourself, it's not that hard. You just want to be careful. There is a like a rubber gasket on the bottom that fits in a groove. Again, I'm going to put the bolts up here so they don't get lost. This one has a brand new gasket on it that I'm going to put back on his old one. Again, there was nothing wrong with his old one. They do go bad. There's electronics in here, and they do go bad sometimes. So what I ended up doing was, just swapping everything over, and I put his new one away, or his old one away. I said, I think we're going to have to go back to it. And sure enough, the old man was right, as always. It's not my first rodeo, as I always say. You guys have heard me say it, and I told him before, I said, come on, son, you know me. I know what the heck I'm doing. See how nice that closes? Okay, but right there, you can see, look up there, you can see a little bit of gap. See right there? Hopefully you can see this on the camera. So, but that's it. And like I said, it is definitely not closing 100%. It's definitely was milled off. So, all right, I'm going to go grab the old throttle body. I'll be back in a jiffy. All right, I'm back. All right, grab the throttle body. Figure while I'm in here, I'm going to spray this one. Again, throttle body air intake cleaner. That's the only thing you want to use on this stuff. It's designed for it. Now I'll get some paper towels. We'll give that a wipe down. But I'm going to spray it on to loosen up. You see all the crap running off of it. So while I was in there, I grabbed my torque wrench too, because I need that. Because the bolts go to 106 inch-pounds. But yeah, look at that mess in there. Holy crap. This is definitely needs to be sprayed. Get this, and then I'm going to crack it open and spray it and wipe it some more. But this way, this just gets some of it out. All right, let me get some more paper towels. We'll get some more paper towels so we can wipe it out. I got that load flat floor in this truck, and I'll tell you what, I haven't folded up the back seat, I think twice in the last 3 years. Worth it all day long. Okay, back over here. Let's do some more spraying. And hold that open. On that throttle plate. Again, I hope this is angled right so you guys can see what I'm doing. Again, you're just spraying in and you're wiping the crap out of it. It's got a buildup of carbon is what it is. All right. Hold it from the other side. We'll get to the bottom side now. Not going to be perfect. I'll probably hit it while it's running. All right, that's good. Spray this now. Get the rest of this. There it is. Knew I had another paper towel there. A little more there. You can see it's carboned up. Carbon builds up a little too thick. It won't allow the throttle body to close all the way. So that's why you want to try to get that as clean as you can get it. A little more there. There we go. That's better than it was. Much better. So that'll work. All right, now, this is the gasket I was talking about. So it's like a silicone or rubberized, probably a silicone gasket. So, and basically all you're gonna do now, I'm gonna put that back on, and we're gonna start these by hand. You guys know me, I'm a firm believer in by hand. Do it by hand. And then once you get it to the bottom, you can snug it and then hit it with the torque wrench. All right, get the next one. I'm gonna go catty corner. That'll hold it in place now. And then I can put the last two in. Good. And you don't want to snug or tighten it down until you get all four started, because there is a little bit of wiggle room for shifting it. So if you have to, you may have to tweak it a little bit, just to be on the safe side. So get that started. Okay, now just going to snug them. And when you snug them, it's basically the same, you know, you're going to go a little at a time. And you see how it's sort of like tightening lugs on a four-lug car. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's down. Take this, get my beam style torque wrench, and I'm going to run them to 106 inch-pounds. Well, let me get a little better bite. All right, that's about 106. Again, you got to be careful because this intake is plastic. So you want to definitely use a torque wrench. My built-in torque wrench, I break bolts all the time. I'm notorious for doing it. So that's why I'm a firm believer in torque wrenches on most things that I'm working on. All right, very good. 106 inch-pounds all the way around. And that sounds like crap. The way he's got his diesel tune, that thing sounds really bad. All right, torque wrench can go here. Okay, next order of business, we got to plug in our wire. Okay, that's in. This is the retainer. Pop this in. Come on. There we go. Pop that into place. Now, let me do this clamp while I'm thinking about it, since I did not pull that off. There we go. Clamps back in place. Next order of business is the intake connector. And what I'm going to do is take a little dab of his engine oil, like that. And we'll just run that around, lube it up a little bit. Get both sides, so hopefully that'll pop right back in place. Okay. There's that one, and that one. And run this back here. Again, this is not a hard job. If you ever have to swap out your throttle body, it's very simple. Okay, run this one down. Like that. And we'll run this one back down. I'll angle this one that way. Not going to worry about cleaning the throttle body yet, because he's going to have to reset his tune. Once he resets his tune, then we'll sit there and we'll get everything cleaned so he's back to the base tune, and then we can go from there. But these little 2.4 liter ecotechs will get up and go. All right, that's as snug as it's going to get. That clamp is an old clamp that he had on his last throttle body, his last setup. So, all right, very good. And that's the extent of swapping out a throttle body. So what I'm going to do first is put this back in here. I have to use a little piece of paper towel because the ball broke out of that extension, so the socket won't stay on. So you put a piece of paper towel over the hole, you jam it in, and that's enough to retain it. All right, let's get this. Spill a little bit of oil here. I just changed the oil. It looks dirty, but it's that high mileage stuff that they sell, the Valvoline that we use in it. All right, let's fire it up real quick. Let's see. Not literally, but figuratively. He's going to end up, like I said, having to run the tune. All right, let's see. So yeah, it has a stainless steel header, high flow catalytic converter, high flow muffler, the whole 9 yards. So he's been gradually building it over the last few years. And like I said, it goes pretty good for what it is. It's not bad for a little 4-banger. So, all right guys, that's it for today. We're going to do brakes on it, so I'm probably going to record that too. With that said, that's the end of the video. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe and make a comment, as it does help me out with YouTube's analytics program. All right, and I'll see you guys in the next video.